Now that we've worked with the capacitive touch pins, we've worked with the buttons, I want to show you how we can turn the CPX into an input controller. We can use it both to control the mouse and the keyboard. To start, we're going to work with the keyboard, and we can play piano. We have the banana piano. We can do chords. We can do songs. Oh my goodness, I can actually clear a line. Should I? I think I should. No. That's not what we wanted to when we first demoed it. All right, so we'll show you how to do this. And we can actually modify our code from before, and it's really quite straightforward. So let's get started with that. And I guess I'll just start to, I'll begin by showing you the code that we're going to get to. And what we'll do is we'll modify. So this is what we're doing is we're adding in these keyboard functions. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the code we were just playing with. This is the end result. And let me just save this. All right, and let's load up the last thing we did. So I'm going to throw that in here. This is the last code that we did with the capacitive touch pads and the giant printout statement. So let me load this again. Stuff gets moved around a little bit, but I think this is all fair and good. Okay, hold on. Okay. So with this, I'll download this to our CPX first. 1 second. Just dragging it over by hand. Well, let's try to actually pair it again and see if we can get it to work. When you mount the CPX as a keyboard or a mouse, you lose some functionality. So let's see if we can get this to download. Oh, maybe that worked. Okay, that's great. So it worked. So let's see. So this is what we had before as a reminder. Okay, this is without any keyboard input. But how can we change this to control or to send keyboard signals? So we're going to make this seem to the computer as if it's a keyboard. It's not. It's fruit and a can and a coin. But the computer will think it's a keyboard. So let's do that. Right. So we'll go over here. And what do we need to do? Well, we need to add in a new thing called keyboard. So we go to advanced and we go extensions and we click keyboard, and there we have it. Now we're going to have a keyboard menu. Maybe I'll name this capacitive touch piano keyboard live demo. So that's how I'll differentiate between them. This is a keyboard live demo. So now we have this keyboard thing. So this is great. So we could actually send keyboard things. So for example, let's say keyboard type. I think we could say like hello world. Let's just try that. This will, when I hit the can, then then it should, well, it should send hello world over and into a text editor or whatever. So maybe I actually open Word. Let's open Word here. And let's zoom in and maybe give it a bigger font. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. I hadn't tested this before. I'm downloading it now. Boop, 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 boop. It's going to have the keyboard extension. Can it download directly? It's trying. Something's happening. Okay, no. It said, I'm going to manually move it over. I was having this issue whenever I add in the keyboard extension, but this is okay. We can manually move it over. Just want to make sure I have the right file. I'm dragging and dropping it to C play boot. There we go. And let's see, how is the best way to show what's going on? I think what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll do this cam. Okay, so now, and we'll probably calibrate so it actually works. So let's see. Hello world, oh my gosh. Okay, so there we go. Wow, lots. So is that interesting? I don't know. It's kind of cool. I'm sending hello world by touching a can. I think that's kind of cool. Hello world, enter. There we go. Okay, awesome. So, but we're gonna do something even cooler, which is we use this app, which is the Makey app, because we're gonna send a left, up, right, down in space. So we're gonna mimic the left, up, right, down in space. So that's what we're gonna map each of these objects to. So let's do that next. Yeah, maybe you weren't able to see that, but like, yeah, so this is the keyboard that we're using. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, perfect. Let's do it. Going back here. So rather than keyboard type, we're gonna remove that. We're gonna do keyboard, and we're gonna do, is it a function key or is it a media key? Function key, I think it's a function key. And we're gonna go, and it's going to be, A1 is going to be left, right? So it's left, up, right, down. So that's keyboard for that. Perfect. And then we're going to copy and paste that. I'm going to throw that over to touch. So now touch A1 is going to send a left arrow. Touch A2 is going to send up. Up, and copying, pasting. Touch A3 is going to send, was it left, up, right, maybe? Got to double check. Yes, and then it's going to be touch A4. Where are you going? Oh, there's lots of them. I keep copying and pasting them. Sorry, it went off my screen. I'm going to close that. Touch A4 is going to send a down arrow. Perfect. And then touch A5 is going to send, a space. Okay, so how do you do that? You can't just use a function key for that. Instead, we have to go back to keyboard and we do key press. And for that key press, we're just going to do a space. So this is weird. We're going to hit space, and it's going to send a space. Perfect. Press. So you could do up, down, so press. Anything else? I guess you could, if you want to just verify, you could go into JavaScript, and you could see, for example, that the key that we're sending is this space. That's the only one that's like kind of needs some visual verification. Like, is there a space actually there or not? But there is a space. Okay, so we're good. Now we can download it. As I said, when I added in the keyboard extension, it wasn't downloading directly to my board. And so I think we're going to have to just drag and drop it over. Actually, I'm going to do that again because I just cleaned out my file system. One second. I'm going to move all of my previously downloaded files so you can see me copying this file over. Click to download again. Here's my downloads folder. refresh. Here it is. I'm going to drag and drop this over to C Play Boot. However, my CPX is not in green state. It's not in programmable state, so I have to hit reset, and then it should mount it. There it is, C Play Boot. And let's see. Then we drag and drop this on C Play Boot. Perfect. Should be good. Now we have to calibrate. Because we have all these different objects, and we know that auto calibration from our previous explorations doesn't work very well for these different objects. So we're going to set our manual calibration to the threshold of 900 for each of these objects. Here we go. Looks like the space got stuck. So this looks pretty awesome. Why isn't A5 sending anything? Let's see. Did we mess that up? A5, keyboard key space. I think that's right. But are we sending a space? Doesn't appear to be. So the space isn't working. Everything else appears to work. And I can sense the space on the coin, but it's not transmitting the space par. So let's dive into that. Keyboard key press. Keyboard key type. I guess we could try that. I'm pretty sure when I previously built this, it was sending. But let's try that. I'm sending a space bar now. I always want to make sure you get the most recent one. This is the thing for me. Okay, I guess you have to see that, but okay, so yeah, Sound of Music. So did I set A4 to the right thing? Let's see, A4. Keyboard arrow. Touch A3 is to the right. A4 sends a up arrow. Ah, no, we want down arrow. No wonder. Okay. Ah, let's do that again. See, we all make mistakes. Put it in programmable mode. And bring it over. And do a manual calibration. And make sure that your piano app is front and center. Okay, now let's try this again. No, anyway, we get the idea. Okay, then I wanted to demo another thing, which is we could go to like my P5.js apps. Where are those? Right here. These are just some fun apps that we've built. Like Flappy Bird. Aha, Flappy Bird. Okay, so Flappy Bird works on a just simple, it's just spacebar. So what did we map to spacebar though? Was that A3 or was that our coin? Maybe that was our, yeah, that was our coin. Okay, so we'll have to see. Can we play Flappy Bird with a coin? Ah, not very well, evidently, but you get the idea. Oh, I guess it's a little hard to see. Can I hold it and do it? Ah, okay, come on. I have to get one. Okay, there we go. High score. Okay, now I'm getting the hang of this controller. We're going to be here all day. Yes! No, get up there. Get. Okay, well, what was it? Just high score of 7. I rocked it. Okay, we've done it. We've now used capacitive touch as an input to our computers. Amazing. Next, maybe we'll try the mouse.